Hi guys, hope your week's going well. I have a question. Have you ever gone to bed in a funk?
I really can't relate. I take showers.
I don't even have the energy to respond to that. Just ignore her. You mean like in a bad mood. Ding ding ding. That's how I went to bed a couple of days ago.
Is it a boy?
No. Heartache? I don't have any heartache.
You miss your family.
A little, but that's not... Oh, girl problems. Like, no. I set a goal and I didn't meet it.
Oh, you failed.
That's kind of how I felt. I'd locked myself in my room for 2 days straight, editing and shooting this whole new video. I even went to the store and bought props with the little amount of money I had in my account. And at the end of the day, the finished product was non-existent. Were you on Facebook?
That Instagram?
No, social media wasn't the issue. That video was just not supposed to happen. I really did need a pick-me-up once I realized this video wasn't gonna work out, so I picked up a book that I bought at a Christian women's conference last month.
And?
I actually got angry. Once the author started talking about obeying God, I'm reading thinking, I obeyed God, and what do I have to show for it? Irritated, I threw the book down, put my headphones in my ear, turned Pandora up loud, and I threw the covers over my head. You are so dramatic. I even cried.
It was not that deep.
After a few minutes, a light bulb went off, and I realized, Jazz, you're not a failure. Then, I prayed. God, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. But if the video didn't work out, maybe it's because you have another plan.
She prays. So cute.
You don't?
Continue.
I didn't feel completely better after my prayer. In fact, I just sat there staring at the ceiling. I even cried a few more tears until I fell asleep. Hours later, I woke up in a panic. My phone alarm didn't go off. At least I didn't hear it go off because my headphones were like under my arm somewhere and my phone was out of reach. So I just rolled over and I was squinting at my clock and I realized then that it's 2 o'clock on the dot. My exact wake-up time.
What's your point?
That was God.
No, that was your body's internal clock.
Internal clocks don't exist in morning news. A couple weeks ago, I didn't set my alarm, and I woke up 20 minutes before the show.
Girl, you be cutting it close.
That could have happened again, but it didn't. So when I realized it, I immediately threw my hands up in praise. You'd think that that would get me out of my rut, but when I walked into work, I was still feeling blah.
So what do you do then?
I turned on last week's message from church. But it wasn't until then that I realized my phone was also on Do Not Disturb overnight. Dang, if your boss would have called you, there's no way it would have gone through. I smiled for a second, said, thank you, God. But then I went right back to my funk. You're a brat. I could hear all the people clapping and yelling and laughing over the recording. I thought, what is wrong with me?
Classic brat.
Maybe. Because when the show ended, I packed up my belongings and my little fake smile and I walked right out the door. My radio was on when I got in the car and I remembered what song was playing earlier that morning.
Am I supposed to know this? I don't think I heard this before.
In that moment, I realized I win, but I just can't give up. If I have a setback, that doesn't mean that I can't do it at all. So I just kept dancing and recalling the lyrics, like later in the song when it says, it was just what I needed to get pumped up, and I really felt at peace about the fact that God has the plan, even if it doesn't make sense to me.
You know what doesn't make sense? Them dance moves.
Girl. Whatever, girl. But say your song doesn't come on the radio. How do you get happy when you feel funky?
Showers!
Stop it. On Sunday, my pastor talked about this passage in Acts 26:2 where Paul says, I think myself happy. And that is just genius because that's exactly what you have to do. And if you need some inspiration on how to do it, just watch this adorable little girl.
I like my hair. I like my haircuts. I like my pajamas. I like my stuff. I like my rooms. I like my whole house.
I don't suggest everyone get on their sink. I don't know. Something about that.
No, I don't suppose that would be a good idea. But I did it in the car, and I'm telling you, once you start saying out loud how thankful you are for life's blessings, you won't be able to do anything but smile.